2024 has been a really wild year. We saw everything from Mr. Beast almost being cancelled to Nico Cardo Avocado no longer being fad. We saw a Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door remake. We saw Pakistan winning a cricket series in Australia, and I literally thought I'd seen it all. I genuinely thought I'd seen it all, and then I see this. What? What? Is this like the year of comebacks or something? It's like I don't even have any words for this. What is this? Like everything that we've been demanding for like the past 5 years at least is actually coming to life, and everything you need to know about this miracle basically, we'll talk about that in this video. So, first of all, how how did we get old Tanky before GTA 6? Alright, I'll stop with the memes at this point. But seriously speaking, what basically happened was that in a live stream that took place about a year ago, Hazel mentioned that they were working on a project that the Tankyonel player base would really like, and most people speculate that this is what he was referring to back then. So now the actual game or the update, what is it about? So there are two main things that people are, predicting as of now. First is that this is a tanky classic mode that will be part of the actual game. Second is that this will be an entirely separate game, but the difference is that unlike the other rip-off games like for example Pro Tanky and Prime Tanky, this is going to be an official version of the old Tanky Online, so that's really big news. So you may be wondering, which one is it? Is it a separate game altogether or is it just an update? Well, according to the sources and all the information that we have right now, I would like to say that this is actually a different game altogether. Because, first of all, why would you make an entirely different website if it was just an update? If there is an entirely different website called tankyclassic.com, then that suggests that it's going to be a different website for a different game which will have different wiki pages, for example, in a different forum and so on and so forth, right? That makes more sense. So, in my opinion, this is in fact going to be a separate game. Another question that most people have is that why would Tanky Online make this version right now? Like, it would have been more suitable to make this about 4 years ago when people were still deciding on whether they like the new Tanky Online with augments and overdrives and stuff like that, or they like the old OG game with not so many features and different, complicated thingies. So, in my opinion, there are basically two reasons for why like they did not actually do this earlier, right? The first reason being that they simply did not feel like it was necessary, and the second reason is that right now they have nothing to lose. They have about 30,000 active players, and that's really low considering at one point this game had 30,000 online players at a single moment, and they had about a total of 15 to 20 million players registered overall. So, considering all that, in the given moment, they don't really have a lot to lose. This Tanky Classic is basically a way in which Tanky Online could possibly come back to its former glory, and it could happen, it could not happen, but either way, it's just that in a best case scenario, this game is going to succeed. But even if it does not, and it's not like as ideally pleasing to other people as it should be, then nothing will happen. It will just be the same, and there is nothing to lose because Tanky Online is already more or less a dead game. So that's that. Another very important question that most people tend to have is that how is this actually different from the game that we already have? Besides the obvious things such as the removal of overdrives, such as the removal of these weird updates and status effects and augments and so on and so forth, when we talk about how the game is actually different, then I believe that they will add more turrets, they'll add more hulls, they'll add different features to the game because obviously, no matter how classic you go with the old Tanky Online, if it's just a game with maps, turrets, hulls, and a few supplies, then it's not going to be a game that can succeed in 2024. So it is completely out of, like it's not an option for this game to just be what it was back in 2015 or 2016. They'll definitely add more features, but what I imagine is that it won't be the game that, like basically turns into a different game altogether. Because let's say, for example, the new overdrives that were released in 2019, they did not only influence the game, but they completely changed it, right? Like previously, the Juggernaut was more or less of a really strong tank, but after this update, one Viking overdrive with twins or thunder and you're gone, right? So it completely changes the game. But this time around, I feel like even if they do keep on giving this game different updates and stuff like that, and maybe even augments possibly, they won't really make them too impactful in a way that it just completely changes the course of the game. Obviously, we don't know anything for sure as of now, but these are just speculations based upon the evidences that we already have. And something else that this game is going to do is that it's going to divide the YouTube community. And no, I don't mean it's going to cause a third world war over the internet. What I mean is that the YouTubers are going to either choose to make videos on the old classic version of Tanki Online or the new version of Tanki Online. So there's going to be YouTubers with classic Tanki Online content and audiences that want to watch that content. And on the other side, we'll have like Tanki Online YouTubers that are making videos about the newer versions and the features with audiences that want to watch videos regarding that. Obviously, this stuff is interchangeable. Like every YouTuber that makes a video about the classic version is not bound to always make videos about the classic version, and every person that watches videos about that older version is not really always going to watch those videos. Maybe they could be interested in both the games and so on and so forth. So yeah, this will cause a divide to some extent, but like it won't be that serious of an extent. So this is all you need to know about the classic Tanki, which will hopefully release really soon. If there is an update, I'll be making another video, so subscribe if you don't want to miss that. And yeah, if you want to stay updated, definitely subscribe. If you liked the video, if you agree with anything that I said, and if you're in general just happy with the fact that we're finally getting the old Tanki Online back, then like this video. And of course, share your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.